You will never know what you are capable of until you stop fearing what lies beyond the boundary of your comfort. This moment is pivotal, and it's already close. Open your eyes, and you will see the world changing right before you. All that's needed is to take the first step. Seek your why. Every great act is born not out of mere ambition, but a deeper, burning reason that defies logic and embraces destiny. Your why is not a mere justification. It is the fire that scorches the mundane and compels you to rise above mediocrity. It is not given to you by society, nor can it be borrowed from another's success. It is raw, primal, and uniquely yours, a truth that whispers in the silence of your doubt and roars in the face of your fears. To discover it, you must walk the tightrope between your deepest desires and your darkest hesitations. You must dare to stare into the abyss of your being, where the echoes of your unfulfilled dreams and untamed potential collide. It is here, in the chaos of longing and resistance, that your why begins to reveal itself, not as a polished jewel, but as a rugged, unshaped force that demands your courage to grasp it. Your why is not a comfort, it is a challenge. It will pull you into battle with your own complacency, force you to shed the skin of who you were yesterday, and demand sacrifices that most would shy away from. It is the sword and the shield, the storm and the anchor, and it will not allow you to rest until you have forged your life into something extraordinary. Once you have found it, or rather, once you have earned it, you will no longer walk aimlessly. You will stride with the certainty of one who knows they are destined to create, to conquer, to transcend. Others will see in you what they lack in themselves and will either follow your path or fear it. But make no mistake, your why is the lantern that lights the way only for you, and in its glow, you will find the power to turn your existence into a masterpiece. Now, will you dare to seize it? Or will you let its call fade into the void of the ordinary? Do not fear solitude. Solitude is not an exile. It is a crucible. It is the place where the noise of the world falls away, and you are left standing naked before the vastness of your own soul. Most flee from it, desperate to drown themselves in the clamor of distractions, terrified of what they might find in the silence. But you, if you are bold enough to remain, you will discover that solitude is not emptiness, but a mirror. In its depths, you will face the shadows you have long avoided, the truths you have buried beneath masks and compromises. It will be uncomfortable, even painful, to confront the raw, unfiltered essence of who you are. But it is in this discomfort that transformation begins. The noise of the world has taught you to be many things: a conformist, a pleaser, a cog, in the grand machinery of expectation. In solitude, you unlearn all of that. You remember yourself. Do not mistake loneliness for weakness. The strongest among us are those who can stand alone, who can walk the dark corridors of their own mind without fear. Solitude strips you of the false securities you cling to and forces you to rely on the one thing that cannot be taken from you: your essence. It is there, in the silence, that you will hear the voice of your soul, not as a whisper, but as a roar. The world will try to seduce you back into its noise, its chaos, its endless distractions. It will tell you that solitude is dangerous, that you must belong, that you must be seen and heard at all times. Reject this lie, for it is only in solitude that you can truly belong to yourself, and only by belonging to yourself can you find the strength to create, to love, to live without compromise. Stand in your solitude, not as a prisoner but as a king, ruling over the vast and limitless territory of your inner world. There, and only there, will you discover the power to shape the outer one. Reject the paths of others. The well-trodden road is a comforting illusion, a mirage of safety that promises much but delivers only mediocrity. It is a path paved by the footsteps of countless souls who walked not toward their destiny, but toward conformity. To follow it is to surrender your essence, to trade the fire of your uniqueness for the dim glow of acceptance. But you, if you dare, must turn away. Your path will not be given to you. It cannot be mapped by another's compass or guided by another's stars. It waits for you in the wilderness, untamed and unapologetic, demanding that you carve it with your own hands. It may be wild, it may be overgrown, and it may lead you through the darkness before it reveals the light, but it will be yours. Only on this path will you find the freedom to become who you were meant to be. To reject the paths of others is an act of rebellion against the tyranny of sameness. It is to declare that you will not be bound by the limits of those who walked before you, nor will you allow their fears to dictate your choices. Their successes are not yours to claim, just as their failures are not yours to inherit. You are not here to be their shadow. You are here to cast your own. Yes, the untrodden road is lonely. It will test your resolve, shake your confidence, and demand that you confront the unknown at every turn. But it will also give you something the well-trodden paths never can: the chance to create a life that is singular, unrepeatable, and entirely your own. Walk boldly into the uncharted. Let the overgrowth scratch your skin and the uncertainty sharpen your spirit. For every step you take, the wilderness will yield to your vision, and the untamed will become the extraordinary. Reject the paths of others, not out of arrogance, but out of reverence for the path that calls to you alone. Embrace your weaknesses. Weakness is not your enemy. It is your forgotten teacher. The world has convinced you to hide it, to bury it beneath layers of pride and pretense, as if vulnerability were a shameful flaw. But in truth, your weakness is the raw material of your strength. It is the crack through which light enters, the wound through which wisdom flows. To deny it is to deny your humanity. To embrace it is to discover your power. Your weaknesses are not chains that bind you. They are keys that unlock the hidden chambers of your soul. When you confront them, you strip them of their power to control you. They cease to be shadows looming over your life, and instead become stepping stones toward your transformation. Do not run from them. Stand firm and look them in the eye. To make your weaknesses allies is not to glorify them, but to integrate them. The fear that once paralyzed you becomes the courage to step forward. The doubt that once silenced you becomes the voice of discernment. The pain that once broke you becomes the strength to rebuild. Each weakness, when acknowledged and understood, becomes a part of the mosaic that makes you whole. The strongest. Trees grow in the harshest winds, their roots deepened by the storm. You too are shaped by the forces that challenge you. Your vulnerabilities are not a sign of your inadequacy. They are evidence of your resilience. They remind you that you are not invincible, and in that truth lies your greatest power. For only those who accept their fragility can rise above it and become unshakable. To embrace your weaknesses is to declare that you are not afraid of being seen for who you truly are. It is to stand in the fullness of your imperfection and proclaim, "This is me and I am enough." In that moment, you will find a strength that no mask, no armor, and no illusion could ever provide. Become a student of life. Life is not a destination, nor is it a battle to be won. It is a relentless teacher. Every sunrise brings a new lesson, and every moment, whether triumphant or tragic, is a page in the book of your existence. But to learn, truly learn, you must first bow to the humility of being a perpetual student. You must surrender the illusion that you already know and open yourself to the ceaseless wisdom of experience. Pain is not your adversary, it is your professor. It strips away the superficial, forcing you to confront the essence of who you are. It tears down the comfortable walls of ignorance and leaves you bare, vulnerable, and ready to grow. Joy, too, is a teacher, though its lessons are often overlooked. It whispers to you the secrets of gratitude, connection, and the fleeting beauty of the present moment. Even failure, that dreaded spectre, holds the keys to your transformation, if only you have the courage to face it. Each day is a masterclass, but not one you can passively attend. Life demands your full presence, your curiosity, and your willingness to be reshaped. It will test you not out of malice, but to awaken the dormant potential within you. To resist its lessons is to stagnate. To embrace them is to evolve. The greatest mistake you can make is to believe that learning ends. The moment you declare yourself finished, life will move on, leaving you behind in the shadows of your own complacency. True mastery is not a plateau, but a path, a relentless pursuit of deeper understanding, greater resilience, and boundless wonder. So sharpen your senses and open your heart. Listen to the wisdom hidden in a child's laughter, the stillness of the night, the ache of loss, and the ecstasy of triumph. Let life teach you relentlessly and unapologetically. For in its lessons, you will find not only knowledge, but the courage to live fully, unapologetically, and magnificently. Dare to dream boldly. Small dreams are the refuge of the timid, a shelter for those who fear the weight of their own potential. But you were not born to live in the shadows of mediocrity. Within you burns a spark, a restless fire that demands more than the ordinary. To dream boldly is not a luxury, it is your birthright, and it is your duty. The world will try to tame you. It will whisper that your ambitions are too grand, that your visions are impractical, that you should settle for the crumbs of what could be. But bold dreams are not meant to fit neatly within the confines of the possible. They are meant to shatter those confines, to challenge the limits of what you and the world believe to be true. Do not aim for what is safe. Safe dreams do not call forth the greatness within you. They do not ignite the passion that drives revolutions, nor do they summon the resilience that overcomes mountains. It is the impossible dream that awakens your soul and commands your every fiber to rise and meet it. When you dare to dream boldly, you align yourself with the forces of creation. The universe is not indifferent to ambition. It is drawn to those who have the audacity to believe that they can shape it. The bold dreamer bends reality, not through luck or magic, but through the sheer intensity of their will. They risk failure, ridicule, and the crushing weight of doubt, but they also claim victories that others never imagined possible. So dream of what terrifies you. Dream of what others deem unattainable. Let your vision soar beyond the horizon of what is comfortable, and do not apologize for wanting more. For in the pursuit of bold dreams, you do not simply reach for the stars, you become one. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Perfection is the lie that binds the daring. It seduces you with promises of readiness, telling you that someday, when the stars align, the path will clear and the world will open its arms to your ambitions. But this illusion is the enemy of action. Tomorrow is a fiction, a whisper of comfort for those too afraid to seize today. Your only reality is this moment, raw, imperfect, and fleeting. The great works of humanity were not born in ideal conditions. They were forged in chaos, in uncertainty, in the crucible of imperfection. The artist does not wait for the perfect canvas. They paint with what they have, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. The warrior does not wait for the perfect battle. They fight with what is at hand, turning struggle into triumph. You must do the same. To act now is to declare war on hesitation. It is to defy the excuses that cling to you like chains and to break free into the wild uncertainty of possibility. The world will never be ready for your greatness, and you will. Never feel entirely prepared, but preparation is not what shapes destiny. Action is. The present moment is your only ally. It is flawed, chaotic, and unpolished, but it is alive. It breathes possibility into your hands and dares you to mold it into something that endures. If you wait, it will slip through your fingers, leaving nothing but the hollow echo of what could have been. Do not let the fear of imperfection paralyze you. Begin where you stand, with what you have, and with who you are. The act of beginning transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary, the hesitant into the unstoppable. In the end, it is not the perfect moment that defines you. It is your refusal to wait for it. Compare yourself only to yourself. The world will constantly pull your gaze outward, tempting you to measure your worth against the successes of others. It will whisper that you must keep up, that you must surpass, that you must be better than everyone around you. But this is the trap, the illusion of competition. For the greatest enemy you will ever face is not the person who stands beside you, but the ghost of who you were yesterday. Your only true rival is the version of you that once existed. It is not enough to simply live. You must evolve. Every moment you spend comparing your journey to another's is a moment wasted, for you are not walking their path, nor they yours. The race is not against the world, but against yourself. The question is not, how do I measure up to others? But how do I surpass who I was? Each day, rise and stand before the mirror of your past. Look into the eyes of the person you were and ask them if they are content with who you are becoming. Let them challenge you to be more, to become the version of yourself that only you can imagine. It is not about being better than others. It is about being better than you were. This is the essence of greatness, not in competing with others, but in the relentless pursuit of your own evolution. The only standard that matters is the one you set for yourself, and the only victory is the one you win over your former self. Rise, not because you wish to beat someone else, but because you wish to leave your yesterday behind. You are your only true competition, and each step you take toward the future is a step toward becoming the person you were always destined to be. Surround yourself with those who are stronger than you. You are the sum of your influences, the echo of the voices you allow into your life, and the reflection of the souls who walk beside you. The energy you absorb from others shapes your destiny, for greatness is not born in isolation, but in the company of those who challenge you, who stretch the limits of your being, and who demand more than you have yet given. To associate only with those who flatter your ego or feed your insecurities is to remain stagnant in the waters of mediocrity. These are the people who will comfort you in your comfort, who will cheer you on as you sink deeper into your own complacency. They are not your friends, they are your anchors, holding you to a place you were never meant to stay. But the strong, the wise, the driven, they are the ones who will shake you from your slumber. They will not pamper you, nor will they tolerate weakness in you. They will demand that you rise to meet them, to surpass your own limitations, and to become a force that commands the world's attention. It is through their fire that you will be forged, not in the soft, gentle glow of approval, but in the unyielding heat of challenge. To walk with the strong is to walk in the light of your own potential. Their greatness will illuminate the path you must take, revealing the contours of your own strength that you have yet to claim. They will not drag you upward, but will force you to climb, for only through the struggle does the summit reveal itself. Find those who push you, who force you to think beyond your current understanding, who challenge your limitations, and who inspire you to become more than you are. For in their presence, you will become the reflection of your highest self, a self who is always reaching, always striving, and always becoming. Surround yourself with those who lift you higher, for in their strength, you will find your own. Become a creator. In the silence of the mind, when the world fades into the background and the weight of possibility presses in, you will find the call of creation. It is not a whisper, it is a roar. But many will wait for the perfect moment, the ideal surge of inspiration, as though greatness is something that arrives from the outside, like a gift bestowed upon the worthy. The truth is far darker. The Creator is not the one who waits, but the one who acts despite the terror that lies in their soul. Creation does not wait for permission. It is not a reward for the patient. It is an act of defiance, a refusal to be bound by the limitations of fear and hesitation. The true Creator steps into the void, knowing that only through action will the world reveal itself. They do not wait for the muse to appear. They summon it through their own will, through the relentless pursuit of their vision. Fear will always be present, lurking at the edges of your mind, ready to convince you that you are not enough, that you are not capable, that the world will reject your work. But fear is not the enemy, it is the fuel. It is the fire that burns in the bellies of those who dare to create. The Creator does not wait for certainty. They build it with each act of creation, no matter how small or imperfect. The world belongs to those who act, who dare to shape it with their hands, their thoughts, and their vision. It does not belong to the dreamers, the wishers, the passive. Observers. The creators are the ones who make the impossible real, who turn the formless into the concrete, who bring ideas to life when others are still lost in hesitation. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for the right time. The time is now, and the only way to find your inspiration is to create. The world belongs to those who act, and if you desire to claim it, you must first step into the unknown and create. Even if you are terrified, even if you falter, for it is in the act of creation that you will find not only the world, but yourself. Listen to yourself, not the crowd. The world is an unrelenting cacophony, a constant clamor of voices, each one demanding your attention, each one convincing you to follow their path, to think their thoughts, to be their version of yourself. The crowd will shout its desires into your ear, urging you to conform, to belong, to silence your own voice in favor of theirs. It is easy to get lost in this noise, to believe that the truth must lie in the loudest, most dominant voice. But truth is not found in the din of the masses. It is found in the stillness of your own soul. The crowd is fickle, and its approval is a fleeting illusion. One moment you are praised, the next condemned, swept along by the fickle winds of public opinion. But within you lies a deeper, more unshakable truth. It does not cry out for attention. It does not demand validation. It waits patiently, quietly, in the silence of your heart. It whispers, urging you to listen, to trust, to follow the path that only you can walk. To listen to the crowd is to lose yourself in the endless cycle of imitation. The crowd will tell you what to think, how to act, and who to be. It will strip you of your individuality, demanding conformity in exchange for fleeting approval. But the moment you silence the crowd, you hear the voice that has always been with you, the voice of your own truth, your own purpose, your own destiny. True strength lies in the courage to step away from the noise, to trust in the wisdom that comes from within. It is in the quiet moments when the world is still that you will hear the call of your own soul. And it is in answering that call, regardless of what the crowd may think, that you will find the path to greatness. Do not be swayed by the uproar of the masses. The crowd will always shout, but your truth will always whisper. Listen to that whisper, for it is the only voice that will lead you to who you were truly meant to be. Celebrate the process. Too often, we become obsessed with the destination, constantly looking ahead, imagining that the moment we reach our goal, life will finally begin. The truth is far more profound. The goal is but a fleeting point on the horizon, a speck in the vast, ever-moving landscape of existence. The real richness of life does not lie in what is to come, but in the journey itself, the messy, unpredictable, and beautiful process of becoming. You are not defined by what you achieve, but by how you travel the path. The moments between the starting line and the finish are where life pulses, where growth happens, where the soul is tested and forged. To live for the destination alone is to miss the very essence of existence. Every step, every struggle, every triumph and failure, these are the fragments that make up the mosaic of who you are becoming. Do not wait for the victory to feel the thrill of living. Do not look at life as a mere means to an end. The process is the reward. In the sweat, the doubts, the small victories and the defeats, you are truly living. Each moment offers an opportunity to rise, to learn, to evolve. The path is where you discover the depths of your own resilience, the extent of your own potential. So stop chasing a future that may never come. Find joy in the struggle, in the effort, in the sweat of your brow and the fire in your heart. Celebrate the days that may seem mundane, because it is within those moments that life is truly unfolding. You are not waiting for life to begin. You are living it now. The journey is the destination, and in embracing it, you will find that you are already everything you need to be. So, you are not bound by the past, nor defined by the future. You are the creator of your own destiny, and every step you take is a part of the masterpiece you are becoming. Live now, act now, and let your inner truth guide you. May you find the courage to rise above the noise, to create and to evolve. Keep pushing forward, for the world belongs to those who dare to live fully.